Might be one of the best ones. I love this one. This one was.
Quick question. Have y'all seen that man, that passport bro in Kenya that got mad because even the Kenyans didn't want him? When I tell y'all, he was big mad. Mucho mad.
Mucho man. I love her accent though. She sounds southern. I think she's from somewhere here in the south. That's a beautiful accent. I love it.
Because he was like, hey, you want a black
I interrupted it. I'm gonna just set it back a little bit.
man because even the Kenyans. Quick question. Have y'all seen that man, that passport bro in Kenya that got mad because even the Kenyans didn't want him? When I tell y'all, he was big mad. Mucho mad. Because he was like, hey, you want a black, come here. And she kept walking. He was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Imagine being so mid in the US of A that you go to another country and you are equally ugly. Imagine you thinking that you stood a chance because you went to another country and it's not the country, it's you. You're unattractive worldwide. Just imagine. Imagine Kenyans being so fed up with you that they shut off your water, your Wi-Fi, everything. Abort mission. Do not proceed. Just abort the mission. Abort the mission.
So yeah, this is why I was saying that you've given people ammunition to laugh at the process. Of course the idea that you're gonna go abroad to date somebody else will piss a lot of women off, right? And that's really fair, and I can understand that. But if you don't give them a reason to talk about you by behaving like that, then they'll have nothing to say. They're just gonna sit there and just take in your success. And
The video of that black man who went to Kenya
and lately we're seeing a lot of L's than we're seeing wins. You know, we're not seeing the level of success that was predicted.
at this point, we all saw the video of that black man who went to Kenya, and then he's calling Kenyan women ugly and stuff like that, or the only thing they want is money and stuff like that. I want a lot of men, especially American black men or American men in general, to know African women, European women, urban women, we love money. There's nothing more we love on this earth than money. And when you
That's one of the things too. Like, so here in the U.S., women selection standards, like the way women choose, is very different from how African women choose. The U.S., they want men to look aesthetically a certain way, but the African concept is that men are not supposed to be beautiful. Africans don't think that's too feminized. We don't have a lot of homosexuality and gay stuff. So you're not going to find a man painting his nails in Africa. That's strange as hell. Men are really macho over there. The men run the shit over there. So they don't have time to be going to a salon and doing all that bullshit. They don't do that. They just go with toughness and they run the show. And also, African women they don't have a height requirement. They don't need you to be 7 foot, 8 foot, 6 foot. They don't care about that shit. Of course, they don't want you to be a midget either. But because on average, the average African is about 5'6". So you'd be literally taking out 50% of your requests. If you did that, there's not a lot of tall people over there. So there's really not a height requirement, but there's a money requirement. That's why the dowry is so big. It's a big deal over there, because the dowry is a test of the other family into your finances. If you can't pay that dowry, then they think that you're not of age and you're not going to be able to run a home. We make our emphasis based on strict masculinity, traditional values, and money. I'm not saying you have to be wretched or dirty or nasty. No, of course, that comes with your masculinity and your growth. But the thing of putting makeup and all that shit that I see Western men do, you won't find that in African culture. Africans don't care about all those overly aesthetic features that you have to put up. You just have to bring yourself as a man, and you got to have some bank. You got to have some money. That's all.
You go to this country to date these women and you expecting it to be easy, you have it easy here in America. American women are easy. Most African women
Well, I don't know. They're easy to sleep with, but they're not easy to have relationships with. There's a complete big difference here.
are still uphold. They still uphold this like, oh, I'm only losing my virginity when I get married. So when you meet that bad bitch, built beautiful
Girl, I don't know what time she left Africa, but that's not really there anymore. It's very hard to find virgins nowadays in Africa. You find them in like the more conservative villages and townships and in the more Muslim leaning countries. But in the on the West Coast and in the more East African cultures, there's not very many virgins out there nowadays. But you will find women with very low body counts, not a whole lot of bodies.
body, ass and cheek and stuff like that, and you think that that woman gonna give you a pum pum for free? Are you mad? Are you mad? First of all, it's not going to happen. So thank God that you have it easy in America. I know that y'all complain about the dinner, taking women on dinner, buying women flower, gifting women gifts and stuff like that. Y'all complain about that. Hey, but when you go over the sea to date other people, women, and you expecting them to accept the bare minimum that you offer here in America because you have $1,000 in your bank account and the what you call it, the transfer rate is higher in different country. Yeah, if you going to date an African woman, Arabic woman, European woman, we love money. There's nothing the women of these countries love than money. It's why Arabic women still have, I think it's maha. Yeah, maha. They still have maha. We still have dowry. My dowry will be paid.
So I have a group of friends here in the Dallas area. They are Nigerian Americans and Ghanaian Americans, and we have a men group, and we meet. We meet sometimes. We try to meet once a month. We pick a weekend and we meet and we hang out. And one of the most common theme amongst all my friends is, and these guys are all doing well. One of the most common themes amongst all of us is like we're looking for some relief from paying a mortgage because we pay the mortgages by ourselves, and some of us been paying 5-6 grand in mortgages. Man, we got big houses, so we pay a lot of money in our mortgages. But because of our traditions and our cultures and how we are, and of course our women are also working now in America and they're helping us out. But the one thing that they don't want to do is to pay the mortgage with you. So you got to pay the house by yourself. And that's just something that all my friends are doing. And I was very surprised to learn that this was very common amongst us, even here in the West, that these guys have $5,000, $6,000 mortgages and they're paying it by themselves. And, that is just part of the process.
My dowry will be paid in full. There will be no half shit. It will be paid in full. Anyway, before my dowry get paid, I have to go clock in those people job. So I hope that man fund the women of his dream. Or the man of his dream at this point, because where we going with this shit? At this point, the man of his dream. Anyway, bye.
Yeah, so I guess there was some misinformation out there on TikTok. They thought Jerrillo went there to look for a wife. That's not what he went there to pay for box. That's a whole different reason for travel. Let's see. I think this